Excellent. Valerie, it is great to have you here with us today. I say us, but there's really nobody else here. But maybe there's people that will listen to this. So tell us a little bit about Valerie and what you do.
All right, my name is Valerie Gardner, and I am a Medicare specialist. So what does that mean? That basically means that I help Medicare beneficiaries understand their rights, benefits, and privileges when it comes to Medicare health care. Okay, so that's what I do. I just sit down, talk with you about Medicare because Medicare can be very challenging. And because I took the time to be certified, appointed, trained, and licensed, I'm the right girl for you. That'll help you get the right coverage for yourself.
Fantastic. Now, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I am not 65.
Okay.
I really have no clue about Medicare. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that you can share what are the top 3 things that you would want somebody to know about Medicare?
Well, Peter, that's really a good question because a lot of people just don't know. The number one thing I would say is it's really important that 3 months before your 65th birthday, you enroll in Medicare Part A and B or Part A alone. It just depends. Then number two, you got to decide. Well, if you're still working, you got to decide if you're going to enroll in original Medicare Parts A and Part B, or are you going to stay with your employer's group health plan? Okay, that's the second one. And then number three, did you prepare financially to have a monthly premium for your private Medicare health insurance plan? So the first one, enrolling in original Medicare 3 months before your 65th birthday. The second one is deciding if you're going to stay on your employer group health insurance plan, or are you going to go on original Medicare? And then number three, did you plan financially to have a monthly premium for your private Medicare health insurance plan? So those would be the three, Peter.
Excellent. So what happens if somebody doesn't do that? Because sometimes people like myself, not me, but people like me sometimes will put things off because we don't understand it or we don't have time to try to deal with it in our minds.
Okay.
What happens if somebody doesn't do that? What are some of the problems there?
I love your questions because these are powerful questions. You'll get penalized. I mean, depending on if you don't sign up for Part A, when you're supposed to, there's a penalty for that. And that's lifetime. I mean, till you go to heaven. Then if you don't enroll in Part D, as in drugs, when you're supposed to, there's a penalty for that. And here's a kicker, Peter. If you make a certain amount of money, you're going to pay more for your Part B premium. So the secret to that, I'm going to tell you, is this. 2 years before you're supposed to get on Medicare, try to decrease your income. If you're self-employed, you make like $200,000. 2 years before you're supposed to go on Medicare, try to make like $80,000 a year so they don't penalize you. It's the truth. Yeah. That's the game they play.
Got it. So ideally, at around age 63, that birthday where you hit the big 6-3, you want to start planning proactively.
Right.
So that way you have your costs a little bit more under control.
Right.
And you kind of ease into it instead of trying to figure it all out inside of like 24 hours and making a bad choice and not knowing what you're doing. And
right.
Got it. And that's one thing that you do is you're able to help people plan for that and make the right decisions.
Correct.
Inform them and kind of guide them through this process. Because when you start saying Part A, Part B, Part D, my mind just starts swimming, and I can only imagine that somebody with similar or less mental faculties than myself might really be swimming and just be like, you know what, forget it. I'll deal with it later. And then you have the penalties for life. Penalties for life.
Yep.
So, well, those are great things to know about. How can people get in touch with you, Valerie, if they have any questions?
Well, they can definitely Google me, Valerie Gardner Insurance, or they can call me at 619-890-8952.
Excellent. Sounds great. And one last question, totally off topic here, kind of. Can you help anybody anywhere, or do you have any geographical boundaries that you have to stay within?
Okay, I'm licensed in the state of California, so I can help anyone in the state of California. I'm also licensed in the state of Georgia, so anyone in Georgia. However, because Original Medicare is nationwide, if anyone has any questions, I'll be more than happy to just help answer those questions. But I'm only licensed in California and Georgia.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Valerie. We appreciate it and look forward to reaching out again. And that's been some great information.
Thank you, Peter. Enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you.